Ranking every U.S. state by how much I'd want to stay at their first hotel pictured on Google. I Googled Hotel Inn, each state name, and used whatever the first image was. Now, there were a few hotels that were named after certain states, but they weren't actually in that state. If that were the case, I just kept scrolling till I found one that was actually in the correct state. Here we go. Number 50, Idaho. Immediately no. This one is straight out of a horror movie. The building's literally falling apart. We got boarded up windows all over the place. You could not pay me to stay here. 49, Missouri. If I'm going on a trip, I want to stay somewhere nice, not in a lodge that looks like it's from the 1970s. 48, Pennsylvania. Now this one isn't terrible. It's much better than the first two, but there's still nothing really nice about it. Here we start a run of your average chain hotels. Nothing bad about them, but we see a lot of luxury hotels in this series, so these just can't compete. 47, West Virginia. This is decent, but nothing special. 46, Nebraska. You see just your typical chain hotel. 45, New Mexico. We continue our run of your typical chain hotels. They're fine, no problem with them, but there's just not a whole lot special about this one. 44, New Jersey. Looks a little older than some of these others that we're going to see, so that's why it's knocked out here. 43, Iowa. Again, just an average hotel. 42, Ohio. We got another Holiday Inn. 41, Indiana. Looks pretty nice and modern. 40, Connecticut. Another newer looking one, and I like the bricks here down below. 39, Illinois. I like the little drop-off area on this one. 38, Georgia. This starts a run of Holiday Inns. I like the brick down below, and then the palm trees here are pretty cool too. 37, North Carolina. Again, nothing crazy, but I do like these blue lights. 36, Kentucky. Hey, we got green lights. 35, South Carolina. Again, the lights. Building's a little newer. 34, Virginia. I like the windows. 33, Oklahoma. Nice modern look to this one, but nothing really mind-boggling about it. 32, Wisconsin, another one that's nothing too crazy, but still looks pretty. I like the bricks down below. 31, Mississippi. The building itself isn't great, but the pool area seems very nice. 30, Delaware. I'm normally not a huge fan of this style. I prefer a more modern look, but this is unique compared to what we've seen so far, so that's why it made it here. 29, Oregon. Another one that's a lot different than what we've seen so far. A more traditional style. Probably would be pretty nice. 28, North Dakota. Made it this far because I love the outdoor area. It would be great to sit out here on a nice summer evening. 27, Louisiana. All the bright colors to this one just give me the vibe that this would be a fun place to stay. 26, Maryland. Obviously a very fancy one, so this would be pretty good. 25, Vermont. Another one that looks very luxurious. 24, Tennessee. I mean, you just know this place is going to be a fun time. They have a giant flip-flop at the entrance. 23, Massachusetts, one of the few in this series where you have a view of the inside of the hotel. Seems very nice, and you have a view of the water outside from your balcony. 22, Arizona. I wish we could see the building on this one, and it might have been rated higher, but I really like the way these rocks look surrounding the pool. 21, Alabama. Very modern and fancy look to this one. 20, Minnesota. Again, a very modern look. 19, Rhode Island. You see here it's an Omni, and Omni hotels are always luxurious. 18, Arkansas, more of a traditional style, but it looks absolutely gorgeous. 17, Florida, seems very fancy with all the trees as you pull up and then this nice fountain in the middle. 16, South Dakota, the architecture on this one is just incredible. 15, Nevada, obviously you're in Las Vegas and all the decorations on the outside of this hotel make me think it would be a fun place to stay. 14, Texas, seems very luxurious and obviously incredible views of the city. 13, Washington, another one where you would have absolutely incredible views. As you can see here, it's in the middle of a mountain range, and then the hotel seems like it's got a nice traditional feel to it. 12, Wyoming, another one with some incredible mountain views, and then obviously in the summertime, you've got the pools down here. 11, Michigan, just an absolutely gorgeous, historic-looking hotel, probably very fancy on the inside as well. 10, Kansas, just a gorgeous building, so I'm sure it's very luxurious on the inside and also seems to be in the middle of the city. 9, Maine, this one looks very nice, got a good northeastern feel to it, and I love that it's right there on the water, so you've got a very pretty view. Number 8, New Hampshire. I mean, obviously the hotel looks very fancy, but the main selling point with this one is the views. You're in the middle of the mountains. Number 7, Hawaii. This one just speaks for itself. You'd be in Hawaii on a beach. Who wouldn't want to stay here? Number 6, California. This place just looks incredibly luxurious. It would be incredible to stay here. Number 5, Montana. You've got this nice little lodge in the middle of the mountains. You can imagine how great it would be to sit out here in this area on a nice summer evening. Number 4, Utah. Obviously the hotel looks very fancy, but this would just be a super unique setting with all the nature scenery around you. Number 3, Colorado, another beautiful one in the mountains, and you can just see how amazing this would be at Christmas time. Number 2, Alaska. Obviously, you've got the stunning mountains in the background. The hotel itself looks fancy, and then you've got tons more nature elements throughout the property. And number 1, New York. I know this one doesn't have some of the nature scenery that we've seen in this series, but this one's obviously luxurious. And hello, have you seen Home Alone 2, Lost in New York? One of the best Christmas movies ever. It would be a dream to stay where Kevin McAllister did.